Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good time zone. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing well. We're down here in the lab because I have a little box of tricks here. I have all of the colors of concrete, and the first job in today's episode is going to be decorate this room to look a whole lot more rainbowy. So, let's take out the light grey. I got some white concrete as well, just in case I needed some. So how we're going to do this is take the concrete and put it around the chest like that, and then we need to build above each enclosure. So I'll sort of walk you through it on this one. I have it going all the way out to there. We're also going to be replacing the floor. I might need a bit more of each colour, I'm not sure. We'll find out while we're doing this, I guess. Because then, if we just come up here, we are definitely going to need some more of each colour, because I'm intending to do this all the way down the back here. So I'm going to say we probably need another 16-ish of each. But I'm gonna get on and use what we've got and then see about sourcing some more and bring you back in when I need to next update you, which hopefully will be once all of this is done. So I will see you in a second. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've made a couple of changes to the sheep farm now, so let's go and have a look at them. I think this looks pretty cool. I'm not sure if we're going to border the room in something other than white concrete, because that blends it looks a little bit weird blending with the white here, but I think it looks fantastic. Obviously there's still more to do. We need more concrete to fill in the back of that wall, and we're going to need probably about another half stack of all the other coloured concrete, I would think, to build the wall up, fill in this floor, fill in the room under the chests because that's still stone, and I want to replace the wiring with the concrete as well, like I've done on this one here. So it still works fine. You can see the sheep is still sheared, and I've watched it shear a couple of times. So I probably do that off camera at some point, because for the rest of this episode I have something a little more large scale planned than, or at least starting something a little more large scale than just this. So why don't we head up here and I'll tell you what I'm talking about. So, if you're familiar with my base layout, you'll know there's a large ocean fairly near my base. It's also just about morning time. There's a chance there's a bunch of mobs up here, but I don't think I was actually close enough for stuff to spawn while I was underground. I'm not sure. Anyway, let's go up to our house. I'll show you from up there. There's a large ocean near my base, and recently, with a couple of the other people on the server, I went with Magpie and Galaxy Pal. We went and raided the Guardian Temple near my art pad, I guess is the best way to describe it. So I have plans for this piece of ocean here. Now, raiding the Guardian Temple means I get a couple of sponges, and it also means I can get my conduit back. So I have a conduit now, which I'm going to want to set up under here, and then I might be able to explain a little bit more about what all this glass is for. So I'm going to get some stuff together that we're going to need to start this project at least. It's going to take a while. And I will see you in a second. Okay, so I have got together a few things. First things first, we're going to take some water breathing, and then we're going to hop down here. Now this is a fairly deep ocean, and we want to get out sort of towards the middle of this, so I'm actually going to stay on the surface for a sec to sort of find roughly where I want to be. I think somewhere like here is good, so we're gonna come down to the bottom of the ocean here. We'll go for this spot here, and we're going to need to clear this kelp. Let's make sure we just stood on the ocean floor. There we go. And then we should have a pretty good space to set this conduit up in. So there's a drowned. Let's take care of that quickly. That shouldn't be too difficult. Yep. We are going to need a 5x5 area for this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and on a spot in the center here we're going to place the conduit. So we'll break that block again. Then what we need to do is just continue to fill out this frame around it. And once we do that, at least once we do, there we go, we've got 16 blocks in the frame around it. So what you'll see now is conduit power. This basically means we don't need water breathing, and it gives us night vision, and it gives us faster mining speed. So if we continue to build out this frame, if I do it correctly, that is, then we should, I can't remember if it was exactly 16, we should be able to get the level 2, and this just extends the range of the conduit. It doesn't make it more powerful, but this will make it so much easier to do this project that I want to do. So we have a conduit set up very almost fully. There we go. The conduit is set up in a full conduit cage. So the way this works is this needs to be in the center of a 3x3x3 cube of water. It can be flowing, it can be source blocks, it can be waterlogged blocks, anything works. And then it needs to be surrounded by either prismarine bricks, or dark prismarine in this cage-like pattern. So you do sort of an X, you do the center block of each side of this 5x5 cube, basically. And you run that around in each direction. So you've got this direction, you've got this direction, and you've got the horizontal one as well. And this means we've got a large range for how far the conduit will go. And that's going to be a lot of help in this upcoming project. So I will bring you back in when I've gathered a couple of materials for that. Okay, so I have this area completely prepared now. Let's fly down here and take a look. The buff will kick in, there we go. So we have this large square area under here. Let's come and stand on the conduit. I'm going to keep this here while I'm building, just so that it keeps me in breath and I don't have to worry about that. But we have this large area cleaned out. There's also drowned trying to attack me. And the project under here is going to be a large glass dome. So what I need to do is, from the center, going out in one of these directions, I guess we'll pick this one. We need to count out 25 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I believe this is where we're going to start building this circle. And then we go out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have looked up a thing on the website Plots, Plotz, and it basically tells you how to draw circles in Minecraft. So we're going to be drawing a series of circles on top of each other in glass and creating a large underwater dome that will almost reach the surface. It'll be about 5 or 6 blocks short of the surface, which is what I was aiming for. So I've come down to the right level, which is good, which is why I wanted to do it in a deep ocean. So I'm going to get on with building the first layer of this circle, and then I'll bring you guys in when I'm a bit further along and we can have a look. So I will see you in a second. Okay, so you can see here we've finished the first circle and the first layer of this giant glass dome. We're going to change the floor out for something else at some point, but I just want to get the main structure of the dome done first. This is going to take quite a lot of work, and I'm doing this on a stream, so I'm probably just going to forge ahead and keep building up more and more, and then I'll bring you back in once we've made a little bit more progress. But we've already used a couple of stacks of glass on just one layer. We have 25 more layers to go, so the 50,000 glass that's set up by my house, which is there, is going to be very useful for this. And then, once we've done that, I'll tell you a bit more about what I want to do with this project, so I will see you in a second. Okay, so, in today's lesson of Measure Twice, Cut Once, I didn't realize I'd built this slightly wrong, and because I built it slightly wrong, I'm having to take the entire thing down and start all over again, which is always fun. So the next, I want to say maybe half hour of my life is going to be undoing all the work I literally just did. Putting all the glass back in shulker boxes so that we can build it up again correctly this time. So yeah, definitely, if you're doing something this big in Minecraft, make sure you are doing it exactly correctly, because you don't want to end up like me and having to build a few layers of glass and then realizing you've done it wrong. So I'll bring you back in when we've actually got progress on the correct shaped dome, and I'll see you in a second. After wherever this drown is, I can't see it, but wherever it is, it can heck off. Not in the mood for drowned at the minute, but yeah, it's down there. We're going to tear all this down, and then I'll bring you back in once I've built up some more of the actual shape. See you in a sec. Okay, I've made quite a lot of progress here. As you can see, we've got a few layers done now, and it's starting to really take shape as a dome, and the scale of it is not lost on me. Also, there are quite a few drowned attacking me as well. But what I'm going to do is carry on working on this on stream, and I'll bring you back in when the main dome is finished. I think it looks pretty freaking cool so far, and it's going to look incredible once the project is completely finished, but this is going to take quite a few episodes to get done. So let's just take care of these drowned quickly. There we are. I'm going to be right back and continue working on this. I've still got some glass in my inventory, and I've got some more glass down there, so we should have enough to get a lot done. I don't know. Anyway, I'll see you in a second. Okay, so we are very almost done with this dome here. Still got the conduit helping us out, but for now we just need to get this last layer placed in. So let's actually just do it like this. We'll make a cross across the middle and then fill in each corner from there. The dome is still full of water, but it is going to, by the end of this episode, hopefully, depending on how long it takes me, be drained. Yes, let's just get these last few bits of glass in, and this drowned is going to annoy me, I can tell, because they have been all day. Fill him up with glass so he can't get to me. Oh, there we go. And with these last few blocks, the dome itself will be almost complete. There are a few more blocks I want to place on the inside of the dome just to make it look a little better. But this is the last quadrant we need to place, and we should just about have enough glass to do it. Dome is complete, so let's go on this one. We'll just dig out the middle one for now. We have a dome. We swim down here. You can see that it's looking pretty good. So you'll see over here, like this bit, there are some white lines here. I'm going to place glass under all of those because it's going to bug me if I don't. Which will make the inside of the dome look a little bit different, but it'll be fine. Do I have more glass down here, or is this the last of it? That is the last of the glass I have down here, so I'll have to go and get some more from up top. But I'll bring you in once I've done that, and then I can explain a little more what I want to do with the rest of this. So I'll see you in a sec. Okay, so I have finished up the dome. I've placed all the extra glass on the inside, I think. I can't see any bits that are missing at a quick glance anyway. And I have headed up to my base and got a bunch of dirt. I've laid it out in a grid on the floor like this, and I'm gonna drain this in 3x3 cubes. So I guess I've only got 4 sponges, and I might be able to borrow some later, but for now, this is what I have. So I guess for now, we're just going to start building out one of these corners ready to drain. We're going to need to build that pillar up as well. And then we can get started on this. I'm going to work around and save the center for last so that we still have the conduit the entire time we're doing this. Just so that way it's a little bit easier to maneuver and things like that. So let's get this built up. This is going to go there. And we need to remember to build ourselves into it rather than out of it. Then, once we get all of this built up, we should be able to use a sponge. We're not getting pushed around by a salmon, to drain out a lot of this. Okay. And then once all of this is drained, we can start removing the dirt. I'm probably going to need more material, but we have I'm going to place a sponge on the top there. I don't have a hoe with me, which would speed this up, but that's fine. Let's make sure we grab it. Let's make sure we're underwater as well. Next one, where are we going to place? I think if we grab the dirt and build out here, then we can place a sponge there, and that should be good. Yep. And will another sponge there do it? It will. So we have the very first bit of our dome completely sorted. I say completely sorted. We're gonna have to like dig through a wall to get into the next area, and then obviously build that up, and once we've got a little area we can start reusing some of the dirt, but I'm gonna carry on draining this thing. I'll bring you back in if I need to update. It's also dark because it's nighttime. The moon is sinking though, which means the sun will rise over in that direction, and hopefully before too long we'll have this dome finished and completely dry. Okay, so we have here the last cell that needs to be drained in this dome. I've been using a 3x3 grid. I've built it all up with dirt and placing sponges in this pattern so that we drain all the water out of them, and that's it. It's done. Everything apart from the conduit now has been drained. That's the entire dome is done. So when we get up to the top here, let's just collect all these sponges back. Most of these are Galaxy Pal sponges, so I'm going to have to give these back. But we're done. It is finished. That's like that meme of Frodo. Like there for now. Okay. And we can start the probably not as long as draining it process of taking down all of this dirt, which I'm going to carry on doing. I'm currently live streaming, so I'm gonna carry on doing this on stream, and then I'll bring you back in once we have an empty dome. So I will see you in a second. Be right back. Okay, so with these last few pieces of dirt, we have finished the construction and draining of the dome. well, there's still one piece of glass that we need to put in, but we can put that in later. And we've got actually a little bit of dirt up here, which we can just hop up to fix now. But yes, that is... the dome is pretty much done. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do about the conduit. I might end up relocating it, but still keeping it here. I might end up moving it and taking it down. I don't know. But what I do know is that we have the completed glass underwater dome, and that is very exciting. Let's just get a torch under there, and then all the torches should be in place. If we get these ones, pick that box up. I did pick the box up, good. I had a panic for a second there that I'd not picked the box up somehow. But yes, we have a completed dome. So what I'm going to do, for now we're just going to put a stairway going up here so that we can climb out of the dome. If we come up here, this is a sort of airlock that I've been using. So if you give me 1 second to just fix that block that was annoying me. If we come up here, you can see there's dirt up there with water above it, so we just break that and we're out. But this is the dome as it is finished. Let's take a flight up to the base and see what the dome looks like from up here. So my current plan is to potentially also dig downwards and finish the dome off as a sphere. That'll take a bit more work, and that'll have to be in another video probably. But then what I think I want to do is have the lower half of the sphere be like a storage room, like a large full-scale storage room. There's a very loud zombie villager outside. And then, of course there's clouds in the way. But yes, have the lower part of the dome be a storage room that's like sunken into the ocean floor. And have it like redstone automated and stuff, and it'll be fantastic. So once this cloud finally passes, which is any second, it should do sort of a grand reveal of our dome for us, which I'm very excited about. I will also in a second turn on shaders as well to see how that looks. I've been wanting to find a couple more shader packs because the one I've got so far doesn't look great underwater, and there are shader packs that definitely look better when you're underwater than the one I'm using right now, which is Silda's Vibrant Medium. But any second here we should see our dome appear. I think it looks pretty fantastic. Just sat there, a little bubble under the water. It's incredible. I absolutely love it. And that's going to look so cool as a base. What I want to do as well is have other sort of smaller bubbles nearby and connect them completely underground so that you can't see the connections, you can just see the little bubbles that you have. I think that would be really cool. But that is going to be it for today's video, I think. I'm fairly sure I've done enough recording for it. Thank you very much for watching, I really appreciate it. Before we go, let's very quickly go onto the shaders here and have a look at this, as we hear some beautiful llama noises. It's kind of hard to see with the shaders on. I wonder what it'd look like at night time, but we couldn't see that yet. But I think it looks pretty cool, and it'll look even better when it's furnished and decorated properly. Anyway, that is going to be it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.